Welcome back to Homestead. I'm enjoying this fresh October air. We've got our loans paid for the month. We got our checks from last month deposited. We're sitting at $89,000. Let's take a look at our loan situation. So now that the rent is gone, our monthly payments are down to $4,405. After taxes, our income is $4,472. So we are in the green right now to run our life, including food and everything, utilities. But that wasn't the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to not have to work and live off our own land. So I'm gonna head into work today, but it's Friday, we're heading to work. We got the weekend off. I got a lot of things around the farm that I wanna take care of. The next thing on our agenda, now that we got rid of rent, is to start being able to provide our own food so we don't have to spend as much money on groceries. And I met with a company that builds greenhouses and they also transplant orchards. So we're gonna have them do some work for us. It's gonna cost us around $10,000 for what I wanted prepared and installed. And one of the cool things about still having this job and having other people help us with things, I get to go to work, make some money, come back home, and see what they did for the day. And from my understanding, they're gonna be complete today, and we're gonna have the ability to start growing our own fruits and vegetables. It's an exciting time, but we gotta go do the job. It's a grind. I'm really hoping in a few months I get to quit my job. Joe, can you let me in, please? Thank you. And not have to come here anymore, but we gotta do a lot around the farm. I do wanna potentially start working on, some other income. I know reducing our grocery costs could also come with the benefit of if we produce more than we can eat, we could go to farmers markets, we could set up some stands and sell some of those, fresh vegetables and fruit for the community, and that would be a nice way to make some income. I just don't know if that's going to be enough income to be able to quit and then have the wife be able to quit as well. So we're baby stepping this. That's why we still have the jobs. I'm going to go ahead and get this day over with, and then we'll have some fun this weekend doing some farm work. Heading home after a long day of work. I'm excited to get this weekend started. I'm even more excited to see how our new orchard and greenhouse or garden. It's like a garden greenhouse combination. I'm excited to see how those turn out, and we gotta start maintaining them and taking care of them. Let's get home and see how it's looking. Oh, that looks interesting. There's some trees, some rocks. Gotta get a better view of this. And we'll get a view from the top eventually, but let's go ahead and get parked and take a look. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can't believe they did it that way. That looks sweet. Hop up here, come around this way. Could have probably kept extending the retaining wall, but I kind of dig it. We got, 5 trees, and they transplanted these for us, flattened out the area so that it's just a little bit easier to maintain, and put a nice retaining wall in here, aligned it with some flowers for us. This is pretty sweet. And then I believe down here, down here is where I told them to put the greenhouse. There it is. I think this is money well spent. We spent $10,000 on this, so we're down to like about 79,000 right now. Oh, this is cool. Keep the wildlife out, maybe. I think the deer can hop it like that, but got a good amount of spots here. We got 4, then 6 here, so that's 10, 14. Whole bunch here. Yeah, we can go a lot in here. We can get some lettuce going, tomatoes, maybe some corn, soybeans, just to have, variety of veggies. And then we got some strawberries in here too for fruit, and then the apples up there. But being that it's already fall, we're not going to be able to get any apples this year, so we'll start maintaining this and we'll just keep it alive, make sure it's got enough water, and we'll get, the fruits of our labor, no pun intended, next year. But it's a good start. It is a good start. So tomorrow we'll head into town. We'll go find some seeds for the greenhouse and probably a big tank to fill it up with water and make sure we have a way to keep that fed. And yeah, this is exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest, hang out with the wife, and we're gonna get some farm work done this weekend. Well, it is the next morning and I'm gonna head to town. I think what I wanna do, gosh, how do we want to do this? I'm going to take the truck and the trailer just in case we need the trailer. But a way to add water to the greenhouse or the garden, whatever we want to call that. It's like an open garden right now, but as it gets cold, we do have some tarps to put around it so that we can keep growing things in the winter. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. if I could back up correctly. All right, let's head into town. I did talk to the dealership. They said they have a decent sized water tank for not too expensive that we could pull with the tractor or the truck. So we're gonna head and do that. We'll be pulling the water from our own well, which is nice having that on the property. And that's part of our expenses already, our utilities. So we'll be able to do that with no really minimal increase of electricity used to pump the water out of the ground. But yeah, let's get to the dealership and I'll show you what I had in mind. Really starting to get to know these guys here pretty well at this point. I'll be right back. Well, $8,000 later, we have a tank for water and they've already loaded it up on the trailer for us. This will do well. So we're, $18,000 into this already. I don't know how long it's going to take to make that money back, but it should be pretty good. I mean, we're building ways to not have to buy groceries, and kind of think about it. That was 10 months worth of groceries of money we just spent. So doing math like that and justifying things, this is going to be a long process. We're not in it for the short haul. We're in it for the long haul. So these early investments are going to be very important to our long-term success. And I think I'm making wise ones at this point. This thing looks pretty large. I'm wondering how well the little tractor is going to handle it. But we'll find out. I think it makes sense to just bring it over here, hook it up to the tractor right away, and start filling up the water tanks that are located by the garden as well as the one that is located by the orchard. Let's jump into the International here. It's got to be strong enough, right? We didn't make our first mistake. I doubt it. I doubt it. We'll find out, though. Let's get back there. Go back here, make sure this is all hooked up right. Yeah, connected good. Just pull forward. Seems to do fine. We'll go up to the spigot by the house. Probably wait a while. It's probably going to take a while to fill it up. And then we'll see how much capacity the garden holds and the orchard as well. I figured we'd head down to the garden first. I want to get this full of water. There's also, we need seeds and fertilizer for it. So we'll have to either, maybe we'll make a call and have it delivered, or we'll have to go to town and pick those things up as well. But let's go ahead and get this put in. And I'm tracking this on my tablet, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So I got this cool app in here to help me track, and these are all my options that I could do. And I think we're gonna go with the seed fertilizer, the water, seed, and fertilizer, solid fertilizer approach. And like I said, we want tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, maybe some potatoes, soybeans, and corn. And I think that would be a good start, as well as some apples going. So we'll need seeds for that and solid fertilizer as well. So we got 6,000 liters in here. You can see our tablet shows that's nowhere close to being full. So I'm gonna do a ton of loads here, get this filled up, and report back. Well, we got the garden all full. We're gonna head on up to the new orchard. And eventually I want to get some plumbing added so that we can have this done automatically for us. But for the time being, I'll have to take care of it. Struggling up this hill a little bit at 7 or 8 miles an hour. We might need more power long term in our tractor setup. So lots to think about. $71,000 still. I want to start seeing that number go up soon instead of it constantly go down. And hopefully in a few months' time, we can start spending a little less money on groceries to really start getting into the green financially, and potentially sooner than later have one of us quit our jobs. Now, I'm not gonna completely fill up this one. We do have this nice tank here that has lines. You can see it going into the ground, and there's sensors on the soil area here to make sure that there's enough water in the ground. If we get rain, it won't use it. It's a pretty nice system. But let's go ahead and put this away in the shed, and then we're gonna have to make that trip to town to get some seeds and get that fertilizer. It's gonna be pretty expensive, I believe, for that fertilizer, but it should pay off in the long run. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back into the truck now that that's put away. Head back into town. Get some seeds and fertilizer. Gosh, about $15,000 later, $12,000 later. What do we have, a traffic jam going on here? Oh no. Got a stare off. Okay, we're gonna just sneak through like this. I don't know exactly what's happening there, but hopefully that gets resolved soon. But yeah, so we do have our first, I don't want to call it a problem, but potential problem. They did load these up for us real nicely, but we have no way of getting them off of here. Those are heavy bags. I can't lift them. So we're going to have to bring the tractor in and get a front loader attachment added to it. So more expenses. Boy, I'm learning we have to spend a lot of money to get up and running. And I'm hoping I'm doing this in a sane order. I got 4,000 liters of solid fertilizer, 6,000 liters of seeds. I have a feeling we'll go through the fertilizer a lot faster than the seed, but it's a start. Let's get home. We're gonna have to drive the tractor in since we won't be able to put it on the trailer. Now that I think through it, we'll have to take the back roads, but we'll be able to pull this off. Just a slow start this morning, but it's pretty exciting stuff. Okay, we'll leave the truck right there. Get these unstrapped though, so we don't have to do that later. And we're gonna jump on the International, head on into town, and get that new attachment. And I'm hoping that doesn't cost us too much money, because we're at 60,000. We're starting to run low here. Starting to run low, but I don't think we've made any mistakes or bad decisions yet. Wonder if they frown on this in town, but we're gonna go this way. We got our hazards on. Now this is a cool piece of equipment. We might need to get something like this long term. But they told me to pull right into this garage. I'll go wait in the lobby while they work on reconfiguring this for me and getting what I need all set up. And another $5,000 gone, but we got this nice front loader here. Move this around real nice, up and down. Move the forks a little bit. Let's see how high it goes. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Look at that. That should work out nice. So we'll go ahead and get this lowered, turn the front back like that. And we'll have to raise it. Maybe, yeah, we'll do that to drive it home. This is exciting. Starting to feel like a real farmer. We're gonna move things around with our tractor. Things are progressing real nice. $54,000 left. Traffic jam. I do like down here that we can't see the house. The terrain's kind of difficult to deal with on this farm. Would have been nice if the land was a little flatter, and it's costing us a little bit more money because of that, but it seems to be well worth it. Oh, look at the orchard and the retaining wall. That looks so nice from here. Oh, good stuff. A little steep hill for us to climb. I think we'll start with some seeds. Try to get those picked up off of here with these forks. Back up this way. Might be able to do 2 of these at a time. I don't know how much it's gonna hold. And just lift a little more. Oh, maybe we can't widen this enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's as wide as those forks are gonna get. Oh, barely got this one. We barely got it. Okay. Just slowly back it up. And it's starting to drop in. And let's take a look at our tablet and see how well that's populating this. Okay, so the bar is pretty low. Let's grab, I guess, we have 6 bags. Let's do 4 of them right now in here. Okay, after adding 4 of them, it looks like, gosh, a lot would fit, but we're gonna be using 48 seeds per day, it looks like. So we'll see how long that lasts. But I do want to try to grab these fertilizers if I don't ruin them. Man, we need some practice with these forks. A little higher. A little too high now. Here we go. We should be able to do the same with this. We'll get 2 of these put in here, and then we'll take the rest to the orchard. And the second one is finishing up right now, so let's go ahead and shut the tractor off for a second. Let's hop on in here and get some seeds planted. And you can see we got some corn, we got some soybeans going, we got some lettuce, some potatoes, tomatoes, strawberries. This is gonna be pretty nice. Gonna be pretty nice. Wow, what a cool little setup we got going here. I think it'll be easier if we drive this over to the orchard, and we'll do that now, and then bring the tractor up to move the pallets around. Or not pallets, the bags around. using the pallet forks. And then I think the next task today is going to be cutting some of that grass and turning it into hay, because we need to recoup some of these costs. The beauty of this situation for us right now is we just need to learn a lot. We know we got jobs, we have income, so we got $54,000 to play with. I'm hoping to start seeing a profit eventually. But worst case scenario, we just hold tight and go to work and let these things just run themselves. It's gonna be a learning process. Ooh, the tractor doesn't really like 2 at a time, but it's more efficient this way. Let's pull forward just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we should start seeing apples growing, and well, you know, this time of year isn't the best for it, but getting that ground all situated and the tree getting all the nutrition it needs and the water it needs, and gotta be honest with you, I don't know why it needs seeds, but the mod does. We're gonna get the mower next, mow a good amount of this grass and work on turning that into hay. Try to, like I said earlier, try to recoup some of the cost of running business today. You know, this is a pretty huge grass field and I don't want to tackle all of it at once. I do know it's about to start going dormant here, so we won't get much growth on it anytime soon. So this will be the last time we really get a chance to cut it this year. Let's back up just a little bit to get all of it. And I am going to start with this bottom line here, or bottom row, and start working our way up. So let's go ahead and go to the edge of the field, and we'll do, you know, maybe 4 or 5 passes here. Just doing this extra work on the weekend, make a little bit more cash. We'll just go straight right like that. Go ahead and turn around. Ooh, it does not like that slope. Turn the mower off for a second. Now that we're back here, we'll turn it back on. All right, get a decent amount of this cut today. And that should be a good amount. We got 5 rows here to ted up and then row again and then pick up. Good amount of work to do today, but I want to see what kind of money this brings in before spending time cutting all of that. And just being me doing this work in one tractor, just want to make sure we don't bite off more than we can chew. Okay, we got 3 beautiful rows of hay that we just need to pick up next. I'm gonna get this put away, if we can pull it up this hill, and go from there. Well, there is some rain in the forecast today, so I'm gonna go and try to do, maybe we'll see if we can get 2 full loads of this. Based on how much we cut, I feel like it's a lot more than we did in September, but we'll find out soon enough. Get this all filled up and take it on over to that location where we sold it last time. Would be interesting to get a baler so we could store this and watch the market and really determine off of things like that if we're gonna sell on a given day. But, oh, that's not a very good approach. I forgot about the angle we had. Let's go ahead and loop around this way if the tractor can handle it. Seems good. Just gotta keep shifting those gears. And we'll come in just like we did at the start here. Get this all activated. And cruise around and pick up some grass. Or hay, I guess I should say. And maybe this will be more than one load. But like I said earlier, we'll soon find out. Well, it's going to be close to a full load here. Let's see if this completely fills all the way up. I believe it'll hold 20,000 liters. Just a hair shy. I'm sure there's more around here we could pick up and just drive around. See a little bit there. What a crazy amount. Almost exactly a load. Man, I didn't even plan that. I was hoping for multiples. But pretty successful, I think. You know, oh, just 1 liter shy. Gotta be around here somewhere. It feels really heavy to pull, though. We're definitely gonna cruise pretty slowly. Let's go ahead and lower this and turn that back on, because I do see a little bit of hay up here. And we'll try to get a full 20,000 and then go over to that location and get it sold. See how much money this brings in for the month. It did fill it up. All right, let's head on out. And I'll let you know how we did. And if I remember correctly, it's just around here to get this sold. And hoping prices are good today. Like I said, having a baler to be able to store these until prices are the best would be nice, but we don't have that luxury right now, so we'll go ahead and get these things sold and see what we're doing. All right, right there should be good, and I feel bad about their cone. Knocked over a few of them. Get those back in place for them. I mean, we can try to. 3,500 bucks. Wow, so if I just was able to do that little amount, 1 load a month, that could replace my income. I know we didn't make a lot compared to what we spent today, but I feel like we have a decent path ahead of us to be financial. Let's get home, put things away, and we'll build a plan for next month. That's put away for the night, and that we'll probably attach that again next time. Let's head downstairs and see what's happening with the greenhouse. If there's anything to look at yet, I don't think there will be. Yep, still just plugging along over here. Be interesting tomorrow to see if we have any food that we can pick from there. I really like this retaining wall. I think it turned out great. So definitely a nice way to deal with the slope here, flatten some things out, make it safe. Huge terrain change, but some pretty apples coming in. Look at that. Those look delicious. Can't wait to pick those and try them. But let's go ahead, call it a night. Man, we need to get some decorations around here, make this feel a little bit more like a home. Maybe get a puppy, some things like a fire pit or something. But I'm gonna call it a night. I'll see you in November.